Hey everybody, it's Luke.
And Josh.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Erin.
And we're here at Wizard World, Philadelphia for the great comic convention of the year. Sponsored by Ford.
I noticed the pollen count is really high now. Spring is in full swing. How are your sinuses treating you lately?
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
So you're not really breathing that well then, huh?
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
I'm gonna walk away now, okay?
All this stuff that you're wearing right now and a lot of the stuff you have here, you actually made and used and was used in Castle, the TV show.
Yes, on the steampunk episode, which was number 304, it's called Punked. I made this about 2 years ago, and they saw it at San Diego Comic-Con and said it had to be in their episode. So they rented this, and I made a bunch of other stuff. They said, "Can you make this?" I said, "Sure, can you make that?"
What was that like being tapped just because they saw this and then they were like, you know what, we need to have this guy's stuff?
It was awesome because a guy who copies my stuff was in a booth directly across from me at San Diego, and they came to me and were like, "We love your stuff. Can we use it in our show?" I'm like, "Let me check on the list of hell yes."
What do you have underneath there?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
How does that feel against your goods?
Great.
I see you're all dressed up. Where you got to go to?
Senior prom.
Senior prom?
Yeah.
Who you taking?
Don't know yet.
You don't know yet.
I gotta hunt him down.
Any words of advice for everybody out there who wants to be a little bit more like Loki?
Lie, cheat, and steal your way to the top.
Wait,
It's actually for life.
isn't that Eddie Guerrero's motto?
No comment.
All right, so we're here at Wizard World Comic Con with Charles Barkley. Charles, how you doing?
Doing good, thanks.
Yeah. Now, I mean, we're at a comic convention, and not a lot of guys, you know, have the testicular fortitude to cosplay as Phoenix Suns Charles Barkley. You know, when you wake up in the morning, you know, do you just hoist them up? They're so big.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yes.
What's Suda 51 like in person?
Kinda weird. Gives me a little creepy vibe.
He gives you a creepy vibe.
What? You're just saying something? Don't make me.
I'm a big fan of the draw system. All right, I think stealing magic to cast magic is a genius idea.
Exactly.
You know, but it's got to be hard. Is it difficult?
It's actually not as bad as you thought. You know, you think with your mind enough, like your GFs. The GFs are much harder than the draw system.
Luke here with the one, the only Captain America. Cap, what's it like being here in this Wizard World Philadelphia, in the home of liberty, justice, and the where America began?
Anytime citizens gather together in a patriotic sense, it does my heart proud.
Now, before you came to the convention today, did you have any time to stop over at Independence Hall and the Liberty Bell, pay your respects?
I was actually part of the Sarah Palin tour, and I was able to see a lot of America's sights then, but I will be hitting it again before I leave.
Now, you say you were part of the Sarah Palin tour. What are you going to do to represent the Democrats to show that you're non-bipartisanship?
Well, it's a matter of I'm still waiting on the invitation from Obama to jump on his tour, and I'm an equal opportunity hero.
Okay, I have to ask you both one thing.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight?
He's got bigger muscles than me.
How would he beat you?
He's probably got a bigger gun too.
Bigger gun. I'm here with the Philadelphia Ghostbusters, and I'm going to see if they can make these strange faces. This one.
The clockwork orange.
Yeah, you got it. He's got this down. He's better than the other guys. Spot on. Spot on.
All right, guys, so that's going to wrap up this 25-cent road trip. First, I want to thank the lovely Erin for helping out so much today.
Thanks, dude. It was an adventure. Thank you for... Thanks. I gotta go.
What kind of training do you have to go through to use something like that? Because you got to be proficient in firearms and hand-to-hand combat.
Exactly. You have to go through a lot of training. Mostly it's to do with seed. There aren't that many gun blade specialists in seed because it's very difficult. But at the same time, you have to realize when you're slicing, it really isn't too bad because if you look carefully, as you shoot, the bullet goes down the barrel, gets sliced in half, and goes completely down the blade. It really isn't as difficult as you may think.
All right, that's a little inside trick for people. I didn't even know that. That's like knowledge. That's knowledge to me, and I'm knowledgeable about a lot of things.
Congratulations, you knew something new.
All right, man. Thanks a lot.